Finding problems? That's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. You know what's coming up next Saturday? It's the BadAss Dash. We got Julie Johnston to fill us in. Says here you're with Camp Rhino. What's that all about?
Have you heard of Boot Camp Las Vegas?
A lot of my girlfriends are doing the kind of boot camp workouts these days.
Yeah, so we've been doing that for 12 years now. I've always had my own little obstacle course that I've pulled around on the back of my truck and set up at the parks. We'd rent the park space and everything. And 3 years ago, I just got tired of breaking my back. I decided to open a facility and have an indoor obstacle course in there and CrossFit and the boot camp workouts and even some Krav Maga and self-defense workouts. That's kind of what we have going on. And we train everybody for all of the races that come into town, like the BadAss Dash.
I was wondering how you got involved with BadAss Dash, because that's a big event coming up on Saturday the 23rd, of course, at the South Point.
Yes, exactly. It's such a great race. I actually won it for the women last year, and it was my favorite race just because all of the obstacles that they have and the really, really fun environment being at the South Point Casino in the arena, going up and down the bleachers. There's a new obstacle at least every 100 meters, if not every 10 feet, and they just really go all out putting on the race and making it happen.
This sounds fun, and it's for a great cause. Now, the BadAss Dash, Julie, I understand there's a whole bunch of categories. I see a few different age divisions for kids. It's 4 to 6. That sounds totally cute.
Oh, yeah, and they rarely have the little kids races that they can do. Or if they have kids races, in some of the other races, a lot of times they're not that hard or they're not as long as the kids wanted it to be. And again, they go all out with even the little 4-year-olds, giving them a quality obstacle racing experience and just letting them have a lot of fun. And then the canine division on top of it, having them bring their dogs and racing with their dogs through an obstacle course too.
Fun way to spend a Saturday.
Oh yeah, it's really the best. And the whole experience is indoors too. You have a big jumbotron, so everybody that is running inside when they're finishing the race or when they're starting the race, their image is on this jumbotron for all of their family to see in the stands. It's just a really exciting sporting event too. You really feel like you're a part of something big, but they maintain that community fun feel at the same time.
Wow. So we got all these different races. I was seeing, it looks like there's 7K for the length of the race with all of these different obstacles that trip you up literally.
Yes, so many obstacles in this race. The elite division, they have about 8-foot walls that are right after one another. And they have a rope climb. They have these tire hanging things that you have to make it through without touching the ground. So they have a really good mix of fun obstacles as well as really, really challenging obstacles. But again, if you're not racing the elite division and you're just there to have fun, you can totally do it at your level. It's definitely not something to be scared of.
We're talking with Julie Johnston from Camp Rhino today, and it's about the BadAss Dash, which is happening at the South Point in the arena indoors, so you don't have to worry about the weather. And it's Saturday, May 23rd. Bunch of different divisions. I know they've got the kids divisions like 4 to 6 years old, 7 to 13. As you mentioned, the canine competitions where you can bring your dog to be part of it. And then when it comes to us grown-ups, I would definitely be the recreation division. And then they've got the elites, like you were talking about, where they have 8-foot walls to scale.
Yeah, tons and tons of obstacles. And what we're trying to do at Camp Rhino is just prepare everyone for these races so they can have the most fun possible while they're out there. So any day of the week, someone could come to Camp Rhino, practice all the obstacles, get familiar with them, come to one of the classes and actually learn how to do each one of the obstacles, either as an individual or as a team. And then when they get out there, they can have even more fun because they don't have to be nervous about what they're about to get themselves into.
Yeah, you're not wasting your one opportunity at the BadAss Dash to make your best showing possible. You can get used to the whole process by going over and joining people like Julie Johnston at Camp Rhino.
Camp Rhino, yes. And then you meet a lot of people, too. Everyone in the obstacle course racing community, they're really, really nice people, and they're all about camaraderie and fun and trying to follow a healthy lifestyle. And when you meet all of these people at the practice races or at the practice obstacle course technique training days at Camp Rhino, you get to know everybody that's going to be there. And so then you already have friends. So you're not just going into something and wondering if you're going to be the only one there that doesn't know anybody. You'll have community, built-in friendships, and then when you get there, it's just one big, healthy party.
And the coolest thing of all, Julie, has got to be that the money is going to also benefit Autism Speaks. We did some interviews about autism and the whole spectrum disorder during the month of April, because they say that's Autism Awareness Month, but this is an ongoing issue every day of the year for more research to find out why this is affecting so many kids, especially boys. Boys are especially affected by autism. Find out why it's happening, what we can do to help these kids better manage manage the situation, helping their parents. The expenses are crazy. It's going toward Autism Speaks. What a great cause.
I just love that. We have quite a few members who have children with autism, and Brian, the race director, his son has autism, and for all of them to just be banding together and getting behind this organization to raise money to find out more about it and just to try to help manage it and for the community to come together and just open support, that is just one of the many things to love about this race.
It's a good time. You ought to go. You know, I wouldn't even mind as a spectator being around to see this because it looks like it's going to be a really fun day.
Oh, I'm going to try to get my mom. I'm going to try to get everybody I can possibly get to come out and just sit in the bleachers and watch the BadAss Dash madness that's going to be happening right there in the arena in front of you. You never get that opportunity to be able to sit at an obstacle course race indoors and watch what's going on. Usually it's outside, there's dust and there's wind and there's heat, and the spectators are really quite miserable. But at the South Point Arena, it's kind of like a show, and you get to support the wonderful cause that it's for and all of the people that are out there and trying to get healthy and accomplish their goals, too.
Sounds like a great time. Everybody's invited to find out more about the BadAss Dash. We got details on all of our station websites. I'm going to put it also on our Talking Solutions Facebook page so you can click and get all the links. You can hear this full interview there as well. Been talking today with Julie Johnston with Camp Rhino involved in Saturday, May 23rd, the big Las Vegas BadAss Dash. I say Las Vegas because BadAss Dash actually happens in other cities too. This is our special version. You should be a part of it.
Exactly. And at the South Point Casino, it's different from any other race that's out there. And I encourage every level to come train with us at Camp Rhino, get involved, and then come do the race on the 23rd.
Julie, how would somebody get a hold of you at Camp Rhino?
Call us at 702-767-8797 or visit our website at camprhino.com. We would love to hear from you.
Meet up with you at the South Point coming up on Saturday, May 23rd for the BadAss Dash.
Can't wait to see you.
Julie, thanks so much for the info. You have a great day.
You too.
In studio with us now, Derrick Felder from Lutheran Social Services in Nevada. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a while since we talked with you. Would you refresh people? I was totally blown away when I found out all the different things that Lutheran Social Services of Nevada does for people in our community.
Yes, we're a 501c3, and just to kind of give you an idea of some of the services we provide rental and utility assistance for people that are in distress. We also operate a food pantry, which is above and beyond normal food pantries. It's a supermarket style where they come in and they shop for themselves. We also provide birth certificate and ID assistance as well. And our newest achievement is our Empowerment Center, which is designed to help people come in and do resumes and online searches. So we're trying to help people go back to work.
That Empowerment Center, which I know we discussed a few months ago, really exciting because you offer not only the job search services and the resume services, but also for people who aren't comfortable working on a computer. And you really have to be able to do that these days. You also offer instructional guidance and help in those areas to let people get more familiar with computers.
That's really where it starts. I actually had the opportunity to work with one of our clients that came into our Empowerment Center. She didn't know what a computer, how it operated. So basically sitting down with her, learning how to turn on the power button, how to move a mouse, and how to click, things that some of our generation is automatic. She had to learn, and she was over 65 years old. So it was really starting fresh, all new for her.
You're exactly right about that. Young kids, they've grown up with this technology. This is nothing new to them, and they're just on it. They're interested. They have no fear. But the older you get, the less exposure you've had to all of this technology. And somebody who's 65, I'm not surprised. But when she started to learn about computers, when you started helping her in that area, was there a little wow factor about all the things you could do?
Oh, yes. Once she learned that she can get on the internet and actually find things that she only thought about before or had to read a book about, you can kind of see the glow in her eyes like, wow, I like this computer thing. And it just opened a whole new door for her. Also, with her looking to go back into the work system here, it's going to give her some advantages that she didn't have before.
Derrick Felder is here with us from Lutheran Social Services of Nevada, Marketing and Development Director. I know your Empowerment Center has been open for a few months now. How successful have you been? Have you found people jobs, gotten them resumes, gotten them the computer training that they need?
Yes, we've served over 234 people in our Empowerment Center, 7 of which we're happy to say have found jobs. They've basically changed their lifestyle. And we're hoping to increase that number as it goes. Right now, our computer lab consists of 8 computers, and we provide the classes throughout the week with a resume writing class on Fridays. It's one that is really picking up steam, and we're hoping this just really catches on and we can expand our Empowerment Center in the future.
We're going to get the word out there so we can get more people in. Who is eligible eligible for assistance from Lutheran Social Services Nevada?
The best thing about our services, everyone is eligible. Regardless of your religion, regardless of if you just got into town, everybody that walks in our doors can get it. We don't check Lutheran cards at the door, so just come on in and we get you serviced.
Is there such a thing as a Lutheran card? I'm just wondering.
I'm not sure, but if there is one, we don't validate it.
It's not an issue, so anybody can come in for all of these services. One of the things that I might suggest is you check out the website because it's actually really neat. You can see pictures of the Empowerment Center. You can see those computers that you could be working on. You can also get a look at the food pantry that you were talking about and how it is more of a grocery shopping experience. Because until you check into it, if you have the need, and we do have so many hundreds of thousands of people here in our area who are what we call food insecure, who don't know where their next meal is coming from. I've been doing a lot of work lately with 3 Square Food Bank, who I'm sure you are partners with.
Oh, yes.
And when people come to you and say, hey, I really need some food help, I've seen it on the website, grocery shopping cart. So when you say it's like a grocery shopping experience, it really is.
Yes. It provides people that dignity of being able to pick out their own food. We're telling them it's not a handout, it's a handout. So for them to be able to go down and pick out what milk they want, eggs, meat, dry goods or canned goods, it's giving them that opportunity to feel normal. And that's really what we want it to be like. When you walk in there, it's like you're shopping at a regular grocery store. You want that warm, comforting feeling. And with our volunteers, they're there to provide that courteous service at the checkout. So it's basically you went shopping for free.
You lift them up with Lutheran Social Services in Nevada and say, hey, here's the grocery shopping experience we can offer. And it's something that you're going to do on your own very, very soon. We know it because you've got all these services that you provide.
As another component of the food pantry, we have the nutrition education program, which we actually have a kitchen, a full kitchen, where we teach people how to fix a lot of the healthy food that we're trying to provide. We don't go out and purchase from grocery stores and say, hey, you can make this at home. We pull items directly from the pantry and we prepare it. So people that come in for the pantry that day can come in, see how it's prepared, even taste test, like at Costco, get to taste it, see how it is. And if you like that recipe, take the recipe out to the pantry and pick up those items. It really helps people get engaged and try new things as well.
Not only providing the food when they need it, but also giving them the knowledge. Knowledge is so critical. And nutrition, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Learning about nutrition is such a key because I believe food is medicine.
Here we go.
Some of the stuff that we spoke about in our recent conversations, things that I didn't even think about that people might be needing. Birth certificates, maybe bus passes to get around.
Yeah. Through our Empowerment Center, we provide work cards, bus passes for individuals that may have a job interview but may not have the money to get to that job interview. So that's very crucial. And anything like a food handler's card, we're working on a sheriff's card, so hopefully we'll be able to get that soon as well. But we want to provide a lot of resources for clients that come in. So once they go through a course, they're more eligible to receive employment. They're more marketable once they walk out of our doors. That is our goal, basically to change their lifestyle where they're at right now and help them become a little bit more sustainable.
Such a wide array of services. I know a couple months ago when we were in tax season, you were doing the Vita tax, tax returns for people free of charge. Is there anything that I'm missing as far as the big assortment of services that you have? We talked about the Empowerment Center and all the things related to it, getting people set up to get those jobs with any kind of birth certificates or work cards or bus passes, the food pantry. What else have you got going on?
Well, we provide an open air market, basically like a free farmer's market. You can come out, you can pick up fresh food, fresh vegetables, just a wide array of food. It's all free. Everyone qualifies, regardless of income, regardless of religion or faith. You come in, we will serve you. And most of the time, we will have community partners there as well. At our last one, and most likely at this one, we had the Summerlin Lions Club, came in and did eye checks and diabetic foot checks. We had our community partner, Goodwill, members from their career connections there for employment purposes. We had Pima Medical Institute there doing blood pressure and glucose checks. And I believe this time around, we're going to have some students from Toro University that are going to come down and do those checks as well. And we're very pleased to say we have volunteers from Town Square, about 45 of them, that's going to be on the ground helping us organize, set up, and distribute all the food that we're going to be giving out. So we're hoping to give out a little over 15,000 pounds of food on that day. And that's May 28th. It starts at 8 o'clock at 73 Spectrum Boulevard, 89101. All you have to do is bring your ID, sign in, and we get you served.
Nice. It's on May 28th, so that's a Thursday.
Yes.
Open air market. And you got one coming in June.
Yes. We will be doing the same event again at the same location on June 24th. It's going to be a great time for people to come out and basically get a little extra food during the summer months. And it's all fresh. It's good for you. Our community partners that are donating to this will be 3 Square, Fresh and Easy, and Walmart Neighborhood Market. And of course, our regular donors as well.
Derrick Felder is with us, Marketing and Development Director for Lutheran Social Services in Nevada. All these services you provide, how are you able to pay for this?
Well, we look for private donations, and we also have some grants. But as you know, with grants, they come and they go. So we really rely on those private donations to help us be able to provide the services that our community needs.
These are great services. Big help to our community. Saturday. There's something else coming up, though, that I think is going to also help you with funding for all of these different programs. It's happening next Thursday, the 21st. Tell me about this.
Yes, it's our annual wine tasting, which is going to be held at Valley High, which is on the south end of the Strip. And this is our wine tasting where we're going to have a lot of good food, a lot of good wine. We also have a silent auction. And this year, we've actually have a magician that's going to perform for us as well. It's going to be a spectacular night where it's going to be a lot of fun, food, and entertainment.
It's right after work, next Thursday night. And if you've never been to Valley High, I've spent a couple New Year's Eves there. That is a wonderful restaurant and the most beautiful setting.
Yes, it's a beautiful venue. Right around 5:30, you're going to have the sun starting to set, and it looks so beautiful when you're looking outside. And I mean, even the patio out there, people really enjoy just the atmosphere when you're there. And we have it for 2.5 hours, so I encourage people to come out. Tickets are on sale now, or you can buy them at the door for $65 per person. And we're also looking for corporate sponsors that basically help us provide these services in the community. That cost is $1,500, and that gets you 10 tickets as well.
So it's not just putting your name on it, you also get some tickets.
Yes.
This is going to be a great event. I love that venue. It's gorgeous. Wine tastings.
Oh, yes.
The food, the silent auctions. Sounds like a good time. Starts at 5:30 next Thursday on May 21st. And all the money benefits Lutheran Social Services of Nevada.
Yes, it goes right back into our programs. It helps strengthen our programs to be able to reach more people. And as we look into the future years, as we prepare to potentially move to a newer building, we're going to try to reach out and touch some areas that we haven't reached before. So hopefully it'll kind of jumpstart us going into this next year.
If somebody wants to be a participant or maybe a corporate sponsor, if they want to get involved or just go, how would they get the information?
Email me at derrick@lssnv.org or visit our website at www.lssnv.org, where they can call my extension 702-639-1730, extension 777.
And the spelling on Derrick, by the way, is Derrick. Derrick. I like that spelling. Check into this. Beautiful. The weather's good. The wine's good.
It'll be a nice, relaxing evening. Just dress casual. We're planning on having a real good time. A lot of walking around, checking out what we have at the auction. And from what I understand, there's going to be a lot of good stuff at the auction. So I'm definitely bringing my credit card because it's going to be a real good night.
We're going to get you some good stuff. It's all for a great cause. Lutheran Social Services of Nevada. You provide services, though, to more than just the Lutheran community. You provide services to everyone, not just people of the Lutheran faith.
Yes.
Anybody in need, if you need food, if you need a job, other things like a work card or your birth certificate or a bus pass. If you are in need, what a great place to go. How does somebody look into services with you? What would be their first move?
They can always call 211 to find out what services are provided, or they can go right to our website and see what we have as well. And then we have special days for certain programs. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we operate our food pantry. And on Tuesdays, we do our birth certificate programs. And then throughout the week is our empowerment center, where they can just basically come in and do those job searches or sign up for classes, be it Microsoft Office training class or just resume writing classes. We offer a wide variety.
I was just mentioning before we started the show that here at Beasley Media Group, we changed over to Office 365, changed over our email, and class for that would not be too bad of an idea, even if you're already somewhat familiar with your computer. It's all new.
Oh, yes. It helps you stay up to date because so many changes come out within just a few months. So if you're not up to date, sometimes you feel a little left behind.
And here's the chance to do it at no cost to you. If you are needing any of the services that are provided from Lutheran Social Services of Nevada, they're there for you. You just need to check into it. We talked about how you get your funding, how you rely heavily on private donations, also hopefully grants every now and then, but you don't depend on them all the time because they just kind of come and go.
Yeah.
And events like the wine tasting coming up next Thursday. But what are the other things that we can do to help you?
One of the big things that our community can do to help us is food drive, because we do have one of our biggest pantries and it's operated on that client choice. So our selection, as you can imagine, it can go pretty quick. So anyone wanting to host a food drive, just to give you an idea, we just did the National Association of Letter Carriers food drive.
Stamp Out Hunger. I know that one.
Yep. And we collected over 14,000 pounds of food. It's definitely a lot of food, and we appreciate everybody's help with that, especially the letter carriers. Believe it or not, that 14,000 pounds of food may just last us just through the summer months, because during the summer, children are home and parents have to provide that extra meal. So So our pantry take a much bigger hit during the summer months, and we have to try to recover going back into the school year. So organized food drives to help us get some dry goods, some canned goods, and some monetary donations as well, because our purchasing power as a nonprofit, where a person can buy one can at $1, we can buy 10 cans at $1. So if someone wants to donate money, we can stretch that dollar a little bit further.
You can do more with $1 than I can do at a grocery store. And I always tell people, I'm a really good shopper, and I still can't do as good as you.
That's it.
You're exactly right, though, Derrick. During the summer months, the food pantries, the food bank, they all have their highest demand because more than 58% of the kids in the Clark County school system are getting some kind of reduced or free lunches, maybe a breakfast, whatever. They're relying very heavily during the school year on the help from the school district. So there's a lot of kids in our midst who really are, as we say again, food insecure, who don't know where the next meal is coming from. And during the summer months, that safety net of the schools drops out.
Yes.
We try to help provide it in different areas. I know 3 Square Food Bank has told me that they try to also partner with places like the Boys and Girls Clubs, the YMCA, Catholic Social Services, things like that, to provide opportunities for people to get that nourishment. But it's an issue during the summer.
Yes. And with all the food banks that we have around the valley, each one of them are taking a big hit during the summer months. And the smaller food pantries, as you can imagine, can't handle the volume of people coming in. So that's why we really appreciate this letter carriers drive, because this really kind of jumpstarts our summer. And we have big boxes of food waiting to go to the shelves for this summertime. But like I said, we do have to look ahead, because as that food depletes, we have to replace it again through the private funding or through those food drives just to be able to operate after children go back to school. So we look at the many ways our community can help. Food is the number one thing that we ask for, because it's hard for a student to go to school hungry and focus, and it's hard for someone to go to work and focus if they haven't had a good meal.
One of the other things that came up recently when we were talking about people who are food insecure, that many times the parents will deprive themselves to take care of the kids first. The word I always hear from everybody is it's a very noble thing to do, and it is, but it's not right. The line that I was told here a couple weeks back is that sometimes a parent will say, I already ate, and they didn't. They didn't. We want to make sure that everybody is taken care of.
Yes, and that's our goal. We don't want to turn anybody away when they come to the food pantry, because we do have people that show up sometimes 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning just to make sure that they're in line to be served that day. So we want to make sure that we have enough food to take care of everybody that comes that morning. And being that we open 3 times a week, you can imagine the amount of crowd that we would get on those days, because we try to scale our hours to coincide with other food pantries. So that way, if someone picks up a little bit here, they may go to the next one and pick up a little bit there as well, but they'll have that opportunity to go to 2 of them. So we really look at what's best for our clients that come through, or what's best for the community.
If somebody is looking for information about Lutheran Social Services of Nevada,
www.lssnv.org.
lssnv.org is the website. And the phone number, if they just want to pick up the phone and call?
702-639-1730, and my extension is 777.
It's Derrick Felder, Derrick Felder. Derrick is the Marketing and Development Director for the Lutheran Social Services of Nevada. If you have a need, they are here to do everything they can to help. From food to assistance on things like birth certificates, bus passes, helping you with employment, helping to make sure your resumes are up to date, helping make sure that you have the computer skills that pretty much are needed everywhere. But if you need the Lutheran Social Services of Nevada for any reason, lssnv.org. They are there for you. And when I ask in return what we can do for you, I know, Derrick, you say that monetary donations, you can take that dollar and turn it into way more food than I could possibly buy at the store.
Yes. We're able to actually purchase food from our local distributors at 9 cents a pound, and that's canned goods or dry goods. And so imagine if you're going to a grocery store and you're picking up your average can, which is almost a pound, we're buying that for 9 cents. Where if you pick up that same can of corn and you get ready to purchase it, it could be anywhere from 99 cents to $1.29. So we're able to really stretch those dollars once you donate.
So if you got the dollars, they'd love those. They'll take them and turn them into way more than you and I could do. Or we could be part of the wine tasting.
Yes.
Coming up next Thursday night, May 21st at Bally High at the Sealy Restaurant at Bally High Golf Course. So gorgeous. It's right there south of Russell on the Strip, right south of Mandalay Bay. The most beautiful setting. And I see here that starts up at 5:30. Still have openings for corporate sponsorships, which I'm seeing are about $1,500.
Yes.
You also get that name title recognition, but you also get 10 tickets. Normally, the tickets for individuals would be $65 a piece.
Yes.
It's going to be a great night with the wine tasting, food, with the silent auction. Good time. Magician, you tell me, is going to be on site.
Oh, yes.
What a great way to spend an evening, and something nice to do after work, and all the money goes to benefit Lutheran Social Services of Nevada. Is there anything else? Do you need volunteers?
Actually, we are looking for a few volunteers that may hold TAM cards to help us serve wine for the evening. We need about 2 more volunteers to help make that evening a little special for everyone.
Another great idea. LSSNV.org.
You
And
got
if somebody maybe has a TAM card and they say, hey, I got a few hours on Thursday night, I'd love to help you. Phone number that they would call?
702-639-1730, extension 777.
One more time.
It's 702-639-1730, extension 777.
Derrick Felder, the Director of Marketing and Development for Lutheran Social Services of Nevada. It's always great to have you here with us on Talking Solutions.
It was nice seeing you again. I love being here.
Come back anytime.